Okay. So can you just start off introducing yourself, telling me
Sure.
who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Jen Bonilla, and I'm from California. I currently, and for most of my career, have worked in biotechnology, pharmaceutical drug development, and diagnostics, and currently work at a cancer center. I am, for many years, very interested to help scientists translate their discoveries into products and services that really serve humanity. And I am now embarking on this next chapter of my life, thinking about how I take those skills, those things I love to do, working with brilliant scientists and others who have a passion for helping people, and how we might bring that into this new area for me, which is what could we do to address the real climate crisis that's happening and the impact that's having on our oceans, biodiversity, and on people. So
that's a kind of a common thread with you, in a way.
It is. It is. My common thread and my purpose and what I love to do and I'm reasonably good at and made a career of is working with people who are a lot smarter than me and helping them, again, take what they understand and know deeply and transforming that into something that, whether it's creating new medicines, creating new diagnostics for cancer, creating new services to help people who have just been diagnosed with cancer or other conditions, whatever it is, how do we harness human ingenuity? How do we take that and turn it into something very big that helps many, many people around the world as fast as possible? And just as we say in my line of work of drug discovery, patients are waiting. We're in a situation now, I believe, that all of us, humanity is urgently waiting for solutions to the climate crisis before it's too late. And I'm super passionate about doing what I can in my part, bringing my skills to that.
So what led you to the work with oceans and whales?
I have to say that it's nothing obvious other than I love them. So probably I had my first real fall in love experience back in 2011 when I went to Alaska and spent some time kayaking and hiking and just truly fell in love with the humpback whales there, and it became just a passion of mine to learn more about them and be around them as much as I can. So I've been chasing whales in some sense for some years.
Okay, and the connection between the whales and actually, let me
yeah.
I'll get to that in a second. So I'll start walking backwards in a second. But where the heck are we? Tell us about where we are and why we're here.
Where are we now? Well, we are in Normandy, in France, at a port in Cannes. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but we are here on a ship that I am in the process now of purchasing with my partner, my business partner, Hugo Hinrichsen. And we're very excited to be on this ship with designers, artists, others who can help us really transform this ship into a kind of embassy, an embassy for helping people come together, really think about how we can all support ocean health, ocean biodiversity, and potentially do something positive as well for the climate. And we do that through our connections with each other and learning what we can, but we also do it by supporting really valid science via this ship.
So the ship's going to provide the possibility of ecotourism, but it's also going to help facilitate research with scientists as well. Can you just briefly chat about that?
Yeah, so we're excited about this ship in particular and chose it for a very particular reason because it is quite unique out there, many of the ships that are available, by having such a great capacity for passengers to have a terrific experience, a very comfortable experience traveling to the polar regions and around the world, but also an incredible space to build scientific labs and to allow for quality science to really take place. So this ship is a platform. It's a platform for learning more about the world, but also a platform for scientists to do credible, valid work from our ship.
Can you just, because we'll need to include this, can you just comment on the fact that you'll be kind of treading lightly and leaving no trace, you know, because
Yes.
the areas that you're going to are so sensitive.
Yes. Well, we're very, this is something very important to us. That is to travel to pristine places without guilt. Myself, I've traveled many times, and sometimes you can be in these places and you feel, oh my gosh, what am I doing here, leaving potentially, you know, having a harmful impact on the environment. We're positive polar because we will leave no trace. We will mitigate our impacts as much as possible. We will continue to forward test many newer methodologies and approaches, again, to having a positive, net positive impact on the places that we travel wherever possible, and certainly not to have a negative impact. So this is our goal. This is what we're focused on. This is the kind of science that we're investing in. And we believe that what we can do and practice from this ship may also inform how other ships practice with their passengers. So we really do want to be a ship of exploration and experimentation in a responsible way, so that all of the things that we learn, again, about having a positive impact can be shared broadly to other ships. We want people to see these places. We know that when people have experiences in these places, you come to love them and care for them as much as we do, and it will impact how you think about your own advocacy.
The connection between the whales, and I think you mentioned it on your website, but
Yes.
The fact that, you know, with the extermination or just the overhunting and killing of whales,
Yes.
it's left a hole in the whole nutrient cycle.
It has.
So can you just talk about your thoughts on that?
Yes, I've been fascinated to learn more recently from terrific whale researchers such as Matt Savoca out of California, and others at the Monterey Bay Research Institute in California, also others at Woods Hole, other major institutes, to really learn the critical role that whales play in the ecosystem and health of the ocean. And as we overhunted by far the whales 100 years ago, they take some time to recover. For some, their recovery continues to be slow and quite fragile in their recovery because of different stresses on their environment, whether it's climate, whether it's overfishing, whether it's ship strikes, whether it's just the timing of human activities overlapping with what whales need to do. We might discover simple things that we could do to relieve the stress on this population, many populations of whales, and thereby support their recovery. As we support their recovery, that is the fascinating science that you actually support the entire food chain in the ocean. You increase biodiversity. Through that, we need to do the research to fully understand the impact, but you increase fishery, so it has economic impact. And you might, again, in interesting science, you might also have an impact directly on the climate, because whales play important roles in how the ocean absorbs carbon dioxide. So this is all fascinating science. It's not all proven, but this is what we want to do on the ship to contribute to advancing this and really understanding it.
Okay. So just in a soundbite, if you can say, so you know, your contribution really is facilitating science to explore and to, you know,
That's right.
to get to a point where it's conclusive enough to move forward.
Yes. So the role that again, I come from the world of drug development, and there's a critical phase in drug development when you've uncovered something or you believe you have a new part of the body or biology that you're going to target with a potential medicine. And there's a translational phase where we start to experiment with humans and before we widely create a medicine that touches people. Here on the ship, we want to do translational science. So that is great research. We translate, we explore it in the real world off this ship, and we better understand, is it ready for wide-scale deployment? What additional studies might be helpful?
Okay. And just to add to that you're working with some world-renowned scientists.
Yes, our goal is to work, and already we are connected with incredible scientists, the top places that you could really work with, again, Monterey Bay Research Aquarium, Stanford, Woods Hole, others. We welcome this, so very much open again to all credible science from our ship.
Oh, sorry, I just need to change files. Great. Okay, let's get personal.
Okay. Oh.
Where we are in this world at the moment, and you know, a lot of people are suffering from depression, even as far as the climate and where we're going. And it really seems like it's a bit of a shit show. What are your personal thoughts about it? What gets you up in the morning, and what makes you think there's a possibility that we can pull out of this somehow?
Mm-hmm. I'm a huge believer, again, having worked for nearly 30 years in the area of serious drug development, developing drugs for cancer, autoimmune diseases, very serious conditions. I'm a huge believer in human ingenuity. When people put their minds to a really hard problem, progress is made. And so I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I truly believe that all of us have skills and ways that we can contribute to the solution. I'm taking what I know how to do, which is help scientists translate their discoveries into impact more broadly. How can I be useful in this area? It's a critical moment. I hope that, and I personally, like I said, just have seen it over and over in my career, how human ingenuity tackles tough problems. I believe there's hope here, but I do think it's going to take all of us, through advocacy, influence, and potentially direct action, if you're in a position to do so, to accelerate this research, to quickly come to some decisions about what our risk tolerance is, to truly engage with these climate solutions, climate restoration solutions of many types. I tend to be focused personally in the area of oceans because I just personally love the ocean. But there are many other ways that we may be able to restore the climate. It's a critical moment now to engage in this work, to educate yourself about it, and if you have a way to help, get in there and help.
That's great. So I just needed to hold a second on the end. That's cool.